This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off to Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Raise your consultants are standing by. We'll take caller 988-44-999. Ola and play profile this in minutes. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. First, quick check into Mike Hawk for some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
All right, a 47-year-old golfer in Massachusetts was arrested after he got into a fight with another golfer and bit the man's thumb off.
That's some fighting, man.
He's facing a charge for mayhem and could be looking at up to 20 years in prison.
Is it worth it?
I like the charge of mayhem.
It does sound cooler.
Yeah. It's like tomfoolery.
What are you in for? Mayhem.
He's in for shenanigans.
That's got to be a misdemeanor, right?
Misdemeanor mayhem?
Yeah, just misdemeanor mayhem, right?
He's locked up for petty mayhem.
Mayhem.
I mean, what do you think it was? You think they hit into his group? Or they were just playing that slow? Like, what did you get into an argument?
You bit off a man's thumb.
I'm guessing this has been going on for at least 3 holes, right? This is my guess. If I'm biting a body part off of you,
ow!
Right? We've had a problem for a while.
What's that tasted like?
It probably tasted thummy.
We covered this earlier today. A woman in Virginia mooned the crowd at a high school girls' softball game in May because her husband was the coach and the crowd was mad at him, and she wanted to distract them.
It worked.
Now it looks like the indecent exposure charge against her is going to be dropped.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently when you like seeing a butt, they will drop the charges.
Yeah.
Oh, we like that ass. Yeah, you good, girl.
She agreed to the community service and all the other stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm sure it's an option.
Yes.
I wonder how pissed they were at her husband.
Right.
Both teams, the other coach wanted to fight him. The crowd wanted to kill. My question back to the same one, like, what did he do wrong? Like, same difference. Like, what did that guy say? Who did he pissed off everybody?
Archaeologists just found some cheese in a 3,200-year-old Egyptian tomb. And now people online are saying they want to eat it even though it's contaminated with deadly bacteria. Because people are stupid and they want to actually eat something that could kill them.
Yeah, they do.
They should let them. They should let them.
I'm with you. I've switched sides on this. Just let them.
I've said it for years. Like, once you're an adult, like, look, man, you don't have to legislate people's safety. This is your survival instincts should kick in, and if you choose not to do certain things and bad things happen, you go like, look, that's a decision that an informed adult made.
Right. At some point, let the lemmings just jump off the cliff.
Hey, what were we talking about like a while back about the idiots handling the snakes in their church and this and that?
Yeah.
And they get bit. All right. Well, if you want to eat that cheese, go for it.
Like, look, they don't prevent those guys. They strongly suggest you don't handle the rattlesnakes, but they allow them to do it. Part of your faith, and bad things keep happening. But I'm like, that's all right.
The problem is, Ted, is that the people, they will eat the cheese, then they inevitably get taken to the hospital that they can't pay for the treatment for, and then who ends up paying for it? The people that wouldn't eat the goddamn
people
cheese.
who make cheddar cheese, probably.
To me, it just kind of reminds me of somebody found out in D.C. very recently. Anybody could say that word.
Right.
You just got to deal with the consequences.
That's all it is.
Everybody wants the cheese. Eat cheese.
Eat cheese. We're not saying you can't eat cheese. We're telling you. It's not going to be good.
And you know the guy who's going to eat the cheese is exactly who you would expect to eat the chease.
Right.
But then there's somebody like Thrill's going to show up and just be like, oh, what is this, cheese?
Right.
Like, everybody will be dying. They'll be like, I don't know, man. I mean, I got a fart, but I feel fine.
I got a big one coming on.
3,000-year-old flies just start flying out of his butt.
That's like the mummy. The plague of locusts shoots out of my ass.
Right, exactly. I think that some spore of bug was lost.
Turns out I'm the god of war, fellas. I didn't know. I bit this cheese, met my Egyptian god, and next thing you know, man, I gotta destroy the world. Sorry.
What is this, cheese? I love cheese.
A man in India put up 300 billboards and banners all over his town last week to apologize to his girlfriend after a fight.
Again, what did he do?
300 billboards.
He must have told her she was like her mom.
Dang.
Or he was honest about how she looked in the jeans.
I mean, I don't know.
Was it a monthly statement?
He said, calm down.
Oh,
maybe that's what his billboard said. Calm down, you're acting like your mother.
Man, could you imagine if you had a shirt that said calm down? Every woman would just randomly walk up to you and punch you on the street. You don't even know who hit you.
We're not sure if she forgave him, but we know the cops are investigating, and he might get charged with defacement of public property.
Wait, did he buy the billboards?
I'm guessing not. I think he just threw these things up there.
I think if you say calm down, a fire starts somewhere.
Your bed when you're sleeping now.
That's right. That's exactly
Who's calm now?
You can predict how much money someone makes by their favorite type of music, according to a new study. So who has the highest average income?
Survey says classical.
Ooh, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say classical.
Yeah, classical.
That's what I'm feeling.
Not bad, guys. It is classical.
I'll be damned.
Ooh.
Because you can put it on and not be distracted.
Followed
In
by,
fact, you'll work harder just to not hear it.
How about the lowest there?
Country.
Lowest is country.
Yeah.
Somebody told me most of the songs are about cheap beer and
Which is
riverbank.
ironic. Can I be honest with you?
Ford trucks.
Because those trucks, if they're loaded, they're about 55, 60 grand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know about you, but my mom's home that she lives in West Virginia is not worth that much money.
I'd rather
Either
live in
is
the Ford.
house across the street, but the truck in the driveway is worth more than,
Sure.
not both of the homes combined, but more than the average price of either one of them. The truck is.
That's the big expense.
I mean,
is the truck.
honestly, I think it just has to do some with the lifestyles, too, right?
Exactly.
Classical is going to be an age thing. Generally, older people are going to make more money.
And if you spend the money to go see that stuff perform live, then you have money to burn.
Yeah.
Right. If you go to an EDM concert or a rap concert, like, a lot of it is about living a flashy lifestyle.
Oh, yeah. And you have a lot of
I'm kind of
drugs
making
on
fun
you.
of country, but I'm also being honest. Like, the country lifestyle is more just like, let's drink beers and chill out.
Hang out.
Yeah.
A hospital
I'm
Blow
Riverbank.
stuff up.
A hospital in Mesa, Arizona is in the news because 16 of its intensive care nurses are currently pregnant.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wow.
And there's one janitor that is on the missing.
No.
I'm kidding.
Oh. I think that would be awesome.
Like, damn. I got the keys to a lot of things, including your heart. I'm janitor man.
Keys to your heart.
I have a different kind of broom. It's called the womb broom. It's located on my upper lip.
I mean, you hear stories about women's cycles getting synced up.
Right, but not the pregnancy.
Yes, you do hear those stories.
An Apple
Either that or some really jealous people in this hospital.
That's just one dude.
An Apple store in Amsterdam had to be evacuated the other day after an overheating iPad battery exploded.
Jesus.
I like Apple
not
won't
good.
let Samsung have anything.
I mean,
You guys got exploding phones? We're going to get exploding phones.
aha!
They're going to upgrade the explosion, though, and you won't be able to listen to it in your headphones.
I'm going to do an
There'll
explosion
be no
update.
jack, so you won't be able to listen to it.
A drunk man in a Tinkerbell costume was removed
boy.
from a flight in England after he threatened a bunch of passengers.
I like him already.
It starts with drunk man in Tinkerbell costume.
And it only goes downhill from there.
It doesn't
Yeah.
even start strong.
Right? Like, even if he is sober at the time, that it is.
How
You
long
know
was
where
he
it's
locked
going.
up for?
He's threatening people.
I'm having Tinkerbell beat your ass.
That's got to be alarming too. If he could actually back it up, like I don't want to get insulted by Tinkerbell.
That guy's going to
Right.
drop you.
A new study found low-carb diets could kill you, and people who eat a moderate amount of carbs live 4 years longer.
No, that should be all right.
Okay.
Yeah. That appeals to nothing in me.
You'll sweat it off anyway. It's just going to keep getting hotter.
Right.
I mean, I think most nutritionists or whatever would tell you that anymore too.
But
Yeah.
you're okay. Just
Like,
don't
yeah.
overdo it. How hard is this?
A 43-year-old man was out meditating in San Francisco with his eyes closed last Thursday,
Okay.
and someone came up and punched him in the face and robbed him.
Oh, no.
Jesus Christ. Oh, come on, man.
Zen AF.
Peace, quiet. Finally in my... Zap! You got stung by the bug!
That is ridiculous, man. I go ahead.
I know, it's terrible.
Um,
It's terrible, but the concept of thinking it through is horrible.
Find my
Was not looking out of his
What
third
is
eye.
wrong with people? I mean,
Was it
God.
like? Was he like in a park or just like downtown?
He was actually in park. I'm not working on it.
I'm in this peaceful place. I'm in San Francisco. Bam!
Zap, man.
You're trying to get everything out, clear your head.
Oh, man.
I'm just going to relax. I'm going to envision the next 3 days.
Mr. My Knuckles player.
Not the next 3 seconds.
Give me your money.
A casino employee in Alabama walked away from his keys for just a minute, and he's now paying the price for it.
What is that?
I'll tell you all about it 1 hour from now.
Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. First, the game is...
The Men's Room presents Profile
And
This.
Stephen Throwhill, can you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes a story a story. Hello, Travis. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Travis, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. Here is your story. A 35-year-old man who sexually abused a sleeping woman next to him on the plane on Spirit Airlines, he might spend the rest of his life in prison. A federal jury last week convicted him of the abuse, and he faces a life term and his sentencing coming up in a few months in December. The assault occurred on a late-night flight from Las Vegas to Detroit. The female passenger in the window seat says she woke with his hands down her pants, which had been unbuttoned. Her shirt was undone as well, so she immediately gets up, runs to the back of the plane, tells the flight attendants he's arrested when the plane lands. The crazy thing about this is, in addition to what he was doing, it should be noted that he was sitting in the middle seat, his victim was sitting in the window seat, and his wife was in the aisle. His wife was sitting on the other side of him. Honest to God, man. So he gave investigators conflicting stories. First, he said he was on a sleeping pill and he was unaware of his actions, but we know sleeping pills only make you racist. Then he also acknowledged to an FBI agent that he might have unhooked a woman's bra while playing with it. Either way, he got his ass arrested and is facing life in prison. Do you believe that this guy is black, white, Mexi, or Asian?
Oh, man, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
That's bizarre as hell, anyway.
Yeah, his wife was sitting on the other side.
Your wife, what do you guys think?
Did you say where the flight originated or where it was
Vegas to Detroit.
Yeah, Vegas to Detroit. So it's like from Vegas back to Detroit.
And you said that this is he might go to jail for life?
20 years.
20 years. He's 35 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd save some of the details that are in the story. It's pretty graphic, but his hands were involved heavily in things, and I'll leave it at that.
And he's sitting next to the wife.
Yeah, his wife.
So I guess
he's in the middle seat.
She must have been asleep.
I'm assuming she's asleep. They didn't say if she...
Right, because he's in the middle seat.
He's in the middle seat. The victim's in the window seat, and his wife's in the aisle seat.
I don't know, but I'm going to say white.
All right, what are you thinking there, Travis?
Yeah, it kind of seems, I'm kind of leaning to Ted there. It kind of seems like a creepy white dude thing right there. But,
okay.
Shoot, I'm going to go white.
Final answer. All right, we're going to find out if he was black, white, Mexican, or Asian next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Profile this takes us to the not-so-friendly skies. We have a late-night flight from Las Vegas to Detroit, and a man found guilty of sexually assaulting a sleeping woman on a plane. His wife was sitting in the aisle. He was sitting in the middle seat, and the person that he assaulted was sitting in the window seat. I guess he faces up to 20 years in jail.
Yeah, not a good time for this guy, but we asked, do you believe this guy is black, white, Mexican, or Asian? The guess was white.
No.
Oh.
Asian. Huh. Surprise, surprise.
All right. Thought for sure it's a creepy white guy.
Are you disappointed?
No.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed I got the answer wrong.
Okay, I feel you. I'm mad I got it wrong.
I'm glad it's not my people, but...
right.
Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, Armageddon, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
You guys watch Sharknado?
If it's on, I mean, I don't make it a point to start from start to finish, but if it's on, I stay.
All right. Have you seen one recently? You haven't seen the latest one?
No,
obviously.
I haven't.
All right. Did you see last year's? They've been doing them for 5 or 6 years now?
I don't think so. I don't think I've kept up with them nearly as much as I think I have.
Right. So the last Sharknado is supposed to be the last one ever.
You didn't buy it, did you?
Well, I'm saying that's the one they put out this year. Supposed to be the last one ever. Blah, blah, blah.
It was time to wrap up the franchise.
Yeah.
They'll reboot it, put it on Netflix.
I mean, there's only so many different ways that a Sharknado can happen.
Correct. So she said earlier, Tara Reid, one of the huge stars of Sharknado.
Massive star.
The other massive star, of course, would be Ian Ziering.
Yes.
Those two are the
Ian. Someone pointed out earlier, it's Ian, not Ian. Yes,
well,
Ian.
He's on other shows.
Right.
Again, he's on some shows. I'm not positive what they are.
But he's out there doing something.
They're the franchise.
He's out there. Tara Reid, from what I could tell, basically is just Sharknadoing. And then, I don't know, if she goes to Greece and hangs out with Lindsay Lohan. But it seems like they should.
Okay.
So Tara Reid is also kind of famous for American Pie.
And nothing else.
Well, in American Pie, right? She was like the super hot chick that everybody was pawning at. She was one of the hot chicks everybody was after, I should say. But in the last few years, before she came back to Sharknado, Tara Reid kind of was a mess. I want to say there was a reality show. She got like boob augmentations, but one wasn't right. Like there was just...
It wasn't right at all.
Right. So then, what was it, like 10 years ago, she went to rehab for booze, but a lot of people still think maybe she's got some troubles. Well, she gave a interview down in Australia, and I mean, you tell me, but she sounds wasted.
This one, you guys, honestly, is beyond... it's my favorite one. It's so ridiculous. It's so bad that it's good, and it's just... I mean, we already, like, gone outer space. I already had a baby instead of a shark. I mean, we've done everything. Like, so you thought, like, how can we top this one off? And they're like, I got it. Let's time travel. Yes. And then all of a sudden, we're going to time travel. One day, we're with George Washington. The next day, we're with dinosaurs. I'm with a pterodactyl, and I name it Tara. I mean, it's just out of control. Like, the movie is just, it takes every step to the next level. Because we did know it's the last one, and it really makes sense from the first one. It really does it makes a complete circle, and I do really think it's going to be the end.
Excuse me, waiter, can I get the check?
Right, like, this is our first day. Thank you, Tinder.
Can I?
Well, like, look, I've had this conversation with a girl that sounds exactly like her about the same kind of thing, right?
Okay.
But it's like day 3 of a festival, and I know she's on drugs.
Understood.
So I don't.
Yeah, right, sure.
It's kind of like, all right, cool.
You're not doing an interview to promote anything.
Right. Tara, so what do you think her excuse was for the
She was tired because of the flight.
She was tired. Well, she didn't fly to Australia. This was from L.A.
Oh. Okay.
They just
tired, exhaustion.
She'd been the time change.
Or maybe she was just honest and said,
here's the deal. She shows up on there. Everybody, the internet obviously is like, man, you sound wasted. So then she cuts the promo tour short due to, quote, back issues. She's hoping to recover from the pain soon.
Oh, yes.
So obviously that would lead me to believe somebody was on a prescription pain pill. Oh, yeah. Thus the kind of slurring. I mean, by the way, this one was called The Last Sharknado. It's about time.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
I mean, they don't hide it at all. We'll see what happens. Look, dude, this wasn't just this interview. She did another interview.
Oh, they're doing a junket. Normally, when you get up and hear those things, you appear on a bunch of different morning breakfast programs, and you do your
it's a brekkie
tour. Yeah, I mean we've done a few interviews back in our day where we're waiting for the interview person to be done with the other station somewhere else, and then finally they come to us, and then those other people went over. So now we got to be quick all the time. It's just, and then they do 6-7 in a row.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, right, bands do this. Like, this isn't unheard
Actors,
of. Everybody does
promoting
it.
movies.
But they had to cut theirs short. She gave another one where I think she was trying to say that, like, every day is like Valentine's Day because it's nice and people love working there because I don't know. But she just keeps going, it's like Valentine's Day. Like, okay.
I'm ready for that.
Right.
You want to take a nap?
But again, to Sharknado's defense, they have never backed away from who they are. The last Sharknado, it's about time.
And this is the one they're going back into, or it's just time travel. We don't know what future.
I'll be down with you, dude. I didn't do a lot of research on it. I heard her slurring her speech. I was like, that's kind of funny.
Hopefully she'll do the whole thing like that. I just want to get this.
There's more in that article too, and you can hear some more of the slurring of speeches. If you go to the mention Facebook page, you see everything you need to see.
Slurring of speech.
Slurring of speeches.
Stupid. Don't prescription drugs.
You know what? I will say this. Like, I get it. I'm one of those people. I struggle with words, period. But after about the third beer, like, there's definitely a little going on.
Yeah, a little extra moisture in the mouth.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I get it, Tara Reid, but also, like, maybe just don't do that before the interviews.
That's all.
That's it.
That'd be my advice. Let's see. You know what? Seth Rogen's a pretty big star. So is Kristen Bell. But the way that she kind of saved him, as Seth Rogen tells this story, is kind of interesting and really Seth Rogen's thinking here.
I was actually in Florida to make Like Father because it's a lot of it's set on a cruise ship, and we were supposed to go on a cruise, and then Hurricane Irma came, and we all had to evacuate Miami for Orlando. Luckily, Kristen Bell is in the movie because she's Princess Anna in Frozen, the Disney film, and she was able to get Disney to give the entire crew like hotel rooms at Disney World, which made me feel very safe because I was like, Disney can't let her die. Like they just can't afford it. Like, especially on their property. Like, that would be crazy. Yeah. So I was like, as long as I'm within a few feet of Kristen Bell throughout this hurricane, I'm going to be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Disney literally can't afford to let anything bad happen.
Right? I mean, it's kind of an insane way. Yeah. But he's absolutely right. Like, I don't know that Disney's going to be huge on having Seth Rogen there. But like, hey, we got one of the princesses.
I'm with her. What you do, man?
But that's not
people really hate that movie.
What, Frozen?
Yes.
Well,
it's called adults.
I've never seen adults like. Look,
have you seen it?
When my kids were younger, I sat through.
Did you see Frozen?
I have not. I've said a lot through. Monsters Inc. and Shrek. And,
they are.
And they were tolerable.
But you hear parents say they like those movies. You just don't meet a lot of parents that love Frozen.
No, I've never heard.
And the other thing I've learned is that if you have a child that's a girl. Mm-hmm. She has to watch Frozen like 100 times.
100 times a day. And there's a difference. Right. Every movie you listed is Pixar. Pixar says, listen, we're going to make a movie for your child, but we understand your kids don't have jobs, therefore you're paying for them to see this. Mm-hmm. And we respect that you're going to sit and we respect the parent. We're not just out to make your money. So what we're going to do is make a movie where legitimately this is a family movie because everyone sitting here will enjoy it at least the first 9 times you have to watch it. Frozen, Disney, is just like, we want your money, F you. We hate parents, and if you doubt us, that's why we kill every parent in every movie we do. And as you parents sit out here and watch this pile of steaming garbage.
Did they kill the parents in Frozen?
Yes!
All right. So the formula still exists.
Disney does not.
Like, do they shoot parents like Bambi?
They die in a shipwreck.
I've recently figured this out. Mm-hmm. Do you know why that is?
Why they shoot the parents?
Why the parents die, especially the mom.
The Batman theory.
No, because Walt Disney, when he made some money, he bought a home for his mom. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the dad was there or not, but either way, there's a gas leak or something. The mom dies in the home. Walt Disney feels so guilty about this that he calls it because she was in the home. That's why almost every Disney movie starts with a mom dying.
Well, they kill it with killing the kids. They're the parents.
Right. Because his parents died.
Yeah, well, he's no longer alive. We can move on.
I don't think Disney can, though. That's like part of the program.
Yes, they can. Right. Yeah.
You
can just
part of the formula, man.
Here's Disney's
The Colonel didn't change the recipe because he died.
But I understand.
Good point, Miles.
But here's the admission.
Chicken.
But this is the admission of Disney. If we don't kill this character's parents, we haven't done a good enough job for you to just like them on their own. If you don't feel sympathy for them within the first 5 minutes of the movie,
they got to play the sympathy.
The kid's a brat, the kid's an a-hole, and inevitably the main character is an absolute freaking idiot. Or Pixar doesn't play that. They go like, look, we're just going to make a good movie. You can get through this. You're fine. There's no cussing, none of that. Disney's like, we don't care. We want your money. Your kid's here. They demanded to see it. The commercial's there. We know it sucks.
Yeah.
We're not even trying to make a good movie. It doesn't matter. Well, your kids are going to like it because they're going to sing.
Parent has to die. Pixar's like, there's going to be some ugly people.
Yeah. You can like ugly people. Yeah. Disney, ugly people are bad. Good-looking people are good. Right?
Everyone's good-looking.
And everyone's parents need to be slaughtered.
Mm-hmm. They're all good.
Well, yeah.
They all do the parade wave.
There's my parents. I'll get to see them.
Just
get rid of them.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
You got to get a little more respect.
I saw the princess parade at Disneyland. So many princesses. You have no idea how many princesses.
Yes, I do. Yeah, man.
There's a million of them.
Ariel spit on me once.
She spit on you?
Well, she has a float that shoots water. And I was like, Ariel,
spit on me.
She hit the button and it shot water on me.
I thought you meant she took a swig and just spit on you.
That would have been very aggressive from a princess.
There you go, kid.
Yeah, man. Wait till I slap you.
Sadly, I was not a child. I was like 23.
Damn, man. That's why.
Well, I never went to Disney World as a kid. But when I could afford it as an adult, I bit.
There you go. Take full advantage, man.
We were talking about her earlier. I still believe her name is Ariana Grande, but I guess now it's Grandy. Rhymes with candy. Mm-hmm. Either way, you guys remember Celine Dion. Celine Dion, of course, Canadian, kind of has a very unique way in the way she talks and this and that, but a great singer. So So Ariana was doing carpool karaoke with James Corden, and she does a great impression of Celine Dion.
Thank you, Champagne Corks, for letting me kick off every celebration by risking the lives of everyone around me.
That's all right.
Best in the business.
Yeah, I know.
It is like
smooth.
Hot knife through butter.
Yeah, that's one. We have so many clips. That we
I can't spell either. Yeah, carpool karaoke.
I can't spell either. So.
Oh, damn it. I overwrote it.
Oh.
Damn it. Damn it on
So you re-recorded on
I've had that thing sitting in there for 2 damn weeks.
So we hope you didn't want to hear it.
And her impression is very good.
I bet it's tremendous.
Listen to it sometime.
Yeah, you should look it up.
All right, I'm going to do an impression of Ariana Grande doing an impression
of Celine Dion. This is going to be tremendous.
Oh, this, like, hey, nobody's prepared for this. All right, man.
You hosers want to hear some music, huh? Eh?
Oh, Ted, that's...
I know.
Poutine.
Let's get poutine and go down to Timmy's.
Get some bits.
I've been moved by this.
It's a boot time.
This is the kind of performance that, honestly, you know what I mean? You feel those tears well up in your eyes. It's like the end of Old Yellow.
Wait till they get that legal weed flowing, man. Things are going to get nuts.
Remember that, folks, that was an impression.
That's right.
Of me doing an impression of Ariana Grande doing an impression of Celine Dion. Mm-hmm. I will always love you. Ooh.
Is that even how the song goes?
No.
I think you were singing Whitney Houston.
God damn it.
Jesus Christ. I was thinking about it like, wait a minute. That's my impression of Ariana Grande doing Celine Dion
doing Whitney Houston.
Did you tell me this was a syndicated show? It is.
Oh, that is horrible. All right.
That did not add up in any capacity.
No, it didn't.
Don't have the clip. I sing the wrong song.
The Archie thing led to McDonald's that one day. Just amazing how you.
Oh, man.
You're right. Like, that's not even the right artist. Janet Jackson's back.
Is she really?
Want to sing a song from her?
You know what?
What have you done for me lately, Janet? You haven't done anything. You haven't been around.
Oh,
she hasn't
done anything for me lately in a long time.
Yeah, and you have to finish it up with ooh.
You can look at her.
Yeah.
You can look at her, and she would have done something for you lately. Her and I mean, when she
is back though. She was just on Fallon recently. I will say this. You know how? I mean, it sounds like a bad joke, but she's back to singing weight. Like, I don't know how she does it.
Singing weight.
Like,
she'll tell you.
When she's not touring. Like, she looks like she gained, but like, I saw her like perform that song. She looked like she was back to normal. Like, I don't know. I don't want to say normal.
You don't know
which
way she. Well, I think normal is when she's not touring. Right? But she says it openly. Like, look, when I'm not touring, I'm living my life. I'll put on 80 pounds. I don't care. Once I announce my tour, she's like, I got to go perform. And I do what I do.
Here's the thing: when you got to practice dancing around on stage for 2 to 3 hours, and you have to go out there and do that for 2 to 3 hours every night.
Drop some weight.
You look much different than Joey Bag of Donuts when you're not. I mean, that's a lot of exercise.
Joey Bag of Donuts.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Is that an NSYNC joke? Damn, Doc.
Joey Bag of Donuts.
Yes, I mean, you're right.
It's a lot of working out.
When you watch Dancing with the Stars, right? I don't care who the star is that goes on there, and some of them are in good shape already, but they always go, I got in amazing shape doing this, because exactly what you're saying. You're spending hours on end dancing.
Everything's choreographed. You got to be running here, doing this, doing that. Yeah, I mean, I bet it's an ass kicker.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I don't even take aerobics.
Well, I mean, look, all the stuff people do, lifting or whatnot, like, I don't know many people that I can attest to that dance for 2 hours.
That's what I'm saying. You can do a half an hour aerobics class. You can do an hour spin class. They're out there for 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, man.
I mean, really. I mean, and Janet Jackson, she's not like the king of the slow song.
Oh, good news.
What happened?
Mike Hawk is the man. We're going to hear that Ariana Grande.
Oh, this better be good.
He's got it in there.
Okay.
She's doing Celine Dion.
All right.
I wanted to take a moment tonight. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for giving us a chance to perform for you. What a treat. Thank you. I finished crying in the instant that you left. Then I can't remember when or how. And I managed to remember you and I had help for me. Oh, when I touch you like this, you whisper like that. It was all long ago, but it's all coming back to me.
Oh my God! It's like she's in the car. Told you that was pretty spot on.
Yeah.
I mean, after
Better than you.
I was going to say, you heard mine.
Okay.
So hers doesn't seem as good. But, she was really putting in the effort there.
You definitely took away from her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was yours.
Well, mine was a triple impersonation.
It was.
I was impersonating
Right.
her, impersonating somebody else,
And
doing a Whitney Houston song.
I think what people need to do, you need to do an impression of someone doing an impression of someone who's doing an impression of you.
And doing the wrong song.
Doing the wrong song.
That's it. Very good. Ted, thank you. We appreciate it. All right, Mike's got your headlines coming up here in just a few minutes. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. PepsiCo looks to the future, buying SodaStream to break into the sparkling water craze. Postmen handle rain, snow, sleet, and hail with ease, but an 8-foot boa will definitely phase. Or days. Germans make no bones about not wanting to host ET. Tampa Police Headquarters reeks of a smell, and you definitely want the key. An Alabama casino employee walks out with nearly $200K. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
All right, our top story, we go to Alabama, where a casino worker has landed himself in some hot water after misplacing a rather crucial piece of equipment. Prosecutors allege that the worker left his keys on top of a machine that were then stolen by a patron at the casino.
Yes, they were.
The man used the keys to remove the box of $100 bills from 2 of the casino's kiosks to steal the contents. The court has dismissed the employee from the case, but he was warned that he is not immune from future charges. The man, however, stole $193,000.
That's impressive.
Yeah, leaving your keys at a casino seems like a really, 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 really bad idea, man. It does.
And again, well, and also, I would think that a casino is probably one of the worst places to rob unless you're wearing a mask.
Agreed. 100%. But everyone
Whoever
there's
robbed-
drunk and everyone's feeling lucky. Like, you know they're going to make irrational decisions. You've encouraged them to the whole time they're there. It's not a bad thing, but if people are rational, they're not gambling.
Yeah.
Right? It's not a rational thing. So you put, and it's fun and all that, but like, yeah, if you leave your keys, this particular group of people in this particular place are going to take it.
Exactly.
Free money.
All right. In other news, are you guys ready for this?
Yep.
It is time for another episode of
Man versus Beast.
Ribbit. Ribbit.
Man versus Beast.
Yeah.
He always goes heavy on everything.
Jesus, man.
No, it's always too much. You always, you don't want to go there and tell him like it's
I go
always
big
too
or
much.
I go home, man.
Jesus Christ.
It's another episode of Man vs. Beast. Today we go to Kansas, where a postal worker had a run-in that he won't soon forget. He was making his way to the box of one of his recipients, and he saw an 8-foot red-tailed boa constrictor draped over the mailbox.
It was a big ass
It was different than I thought. When I read the headline, I'm like, oh, come on, man. And then I see the picture. I'm like,
You seen the picture, too?
no.
Oh, I saw it. It is beyond frightening.
I saw it.
It looks like it's got some freaking cobwebs on it, so it just looks like this demon spawn from hell.
It is.
I would have assumed
He
it was a
tempted
joke.
to eat the apple. He's terrible. The animal is assumed to have escaped from a nearby house because, what do you know, they don't really live in Kansas naturally. The postal worker called police, who captured the animal and took it to animal control. As for the homeowner, they had to miss getting their mail for the day because the postal worker said, F that, I'm going to call police.
Hey, man, I mean, either the postal worker sees it or the person who lives there. You're to walk outside like, Jesus Christ. I'm glad the postal worker called the snake, in other words.
Right.
As opposed to I walk out to my mailbox and that thing is there.
These forest fires are killing you.
Oh, man.
That's what we figured out, right?
That's exactly what it was.
It is. It's
I thought I was sick last week.
Yeah.
I thought I was sick last week. I'm not. These fires are absolutely doing it.
Do you ever think about maybe just while the smoke is out here, the best thing to do is just be to have a cigarette in your mouth with a filter,
right?
You know what I mean?
Filter it out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you need to do.
Right, exactly. Just breathe through that thing.
Damn it. All right, we have learned just how far behind the curve the German country is.
Yeah.
When asked about when asked by the opposition Green Party lawmaker about protocols or plans for first contact with alien life in the country, the government has admitted that they actually don't have a plan for that occurrence.
No Space Force?
They got nothing.
Oh, man, we got Space Force.
We're good.
Yeah, we're absolutely fine.
They believe that recent scientific evidence says that the possibility of first contact in the country of Germany is unlikely.
Yes, they have bigger fish to fry.
We will not talk to you here. Find somewhere else.
I'm just going to make an assumption here. They don't care enough about their economy either to set up an exploratory group to go to the end of the rainbow and look for that pot of gold that's over there as well.
Yes, probably it.
So, zero effort. Zero, man.
Zero, you know what's given.
On it. It's 2018.
Space Force.
God.
I mean, I'd like to think, too, just worldwide, if, like, the aliens came down, like, we got to kind of bond together and figure this one out, right?
If they
Is
show
this a
up,
country problem?
like, you got nothing to say to them. You know what I mean? Like, they'll dictate how things go.
landed in Germany. Not our problem.
I know. Let the Germans figure it out. Okay. Seems like whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Can we call somebody? We go to Florida. Never mind. We're not going to go to Florida. That's it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of what you don't need to know. The drug and charge Ryan Castle is in to sit and spin, and we'll drink and toast with a shot of the day as well.
Yes, indeed. It is true, and I just farted, and it is awful. Until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.